What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Crypto For You. My name's Tony, and today I want to look at Bitcoin. Look at this. I knew it. We did in fact get rejected. This was a fake pump, and we are continuing to fall down. Today I want to talk to you guys about why we fell down, what are our options for Bitcoin, and is there a chance for us to be saved, or will we actually be falling down even farther down? I want to talk to you guys about all that and more in this video, so let's get straight into the charts. Don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe, and watch till the end because it's a very important video. So look at this. As you guys can see, Bitcoin is in fact falling down. We broke out to the downside of our huge channel, the channel that we were potentially confirming support on. If we would have confirmed support and broken through this green line that I talked about yesterday, then we would have entered our smaller channel, count this as a fake out, and pump up. That was all dependent on S&P 500, and I was talking about if S&P 500 could reach the top of its falling wedge, then we could potentially go all the way to the top of it, break it, and reach all-time high on S&P 500, which could propel Bitcoin. But I did say the possibility that we could confirm resistance on the moving averages, and that is exactly what we did, and that is why we are falling down. Now, what could this mean for Bitcoin? Well, it's not too late for Bitcoin, even though it looks bad. We do have a little tiny bit of hope, even though it's slim. Bitcoin fell out, but it did not confirm resistance yet, meaning that we can come up and break back above it. That is small, but what actually brings my hope up is because S&P 500 is falling down right to a huge support level once again. One, this is the bottom of its falling wedge, which is a huge support level, and since this is a bullish indicator, we are probably going to confirm support and go up. Two, if I go on a smaller time frame, you guys can see that right now us dumping is starting to form a W pattern. If we fall down to this level, same exact level that we fell down to the first time and started to go up, we could confirm support there and pump up again, which would make a W pattern, which is bullish and could take us all the way to the top of the triangle. Three, we could fall down to a huge support. Remember that we are still very close to this huge support level. As you guys can see, on the weekly time frame, this is still one candle, and we are probably going to come down and test this 100-week moving average. We did have a little tiny bit of a gap between the 100-week moving average and the price of S&P 500, which didn't seem that significant, but maybe we could come down and test it to try to confirm support. Last but not least is something that's not on the S&P 500 chart. If you guys know about the dollar average, you guys can see something interesting. The dollar average is right now pretty high. I can even draw a resistance line right over here. Now, something interesting is that the dollar index is actually negatively correlated to Bitcoin and stocks, meaning that when the dollar average is going up, Bitcoin is falling down. And I can turn Bitcoin on to prove this to you. You guys can see that exactly when the dollar average is going up, Bitcoin is going down, and vice versa. Right now, the dollar average was falling down right over here, and that caused Bitcoin to go up and had a huge bull market to 20,000. Then it started to go up, and then Bitcoin fell down. And right now, if you can zoom in closer on the weekly time frame, you can see that the reason Bitcoin was falling down was because the dollar average is going up. But the interesting thing is that when we reach about this line, the dollar average reverses and starts to fall down. And remember, when the dollar average falls down, Bitcoin and stocks start to go up, which means if we reverse right now, we could have another shot for us to try to pump up. So this is not the end, and we still have a shot. But remember that this is actually on the monthly time frame, meaning that this could take a while for us to confirm resistance and fall down. And since it could take us a while, we could actually be seeing Bitcoin falling down farther and S&P 500 leading the way. To see what will happen, we will have to look at the short-term time frame and see if we manage to fall down and confirm support at the bottom of this triangle support level in the weekly 100-week moving average. If we manage to confirm support on that, we could have another shot of going all the way to the top of the resistance line, and hopefully Bitcoin does not confirm resistance on the bottom of its channel, because if it does that, this could be the end for Bitcoin's channel. We could be falling down to 32. But right now, even though this is not the end, we do seem pretty bearish, and if we fall down to 32, that is what's probably going going to happen, and you should not be worried because, and I haven't turned on this indicator for a long time, the BLX chart and its cool indicator. Bitcoin is very, very low right now inside of its green box. As you guys know, the green box is a very, very cool support area. We respect the bottom of this green box a lot, and even though I wasn't expecting for us to fall all the way to the bottom, this could happen. If I zoom out and look at history, you guys can see that we support and respect this green box a lot. We have only broken below it 2 times in history, and that has only happened in the pandemic. The first time has actually happened all the way back here in the beginning of Bitcoin, and it was just a wick. And as you guys can see, that was because Bitcoin was super small back then, it was super volatile, and that's what caused it to fall back down to about 0 cents before popping all the way back up because somebody bought it. Other than that, the only other time was COVID, and that was because of this pandemic and scarcity that we had, and that caused us to fall down. Other than that, Bitcoin has been confirming support on this bottom of the green band, meaning that we probably will confirm support on the green band if we fall down to it. That's why I'm saying we should not worry. The bottom of the green band is at $33,000, a little bit higher than 32, and even though we could fall down to 32 and 31, that is about the farthest we could fall down to, and that is why, with all these things coming up, this huge support area, the S&P 500 having a huge falling wedge, and the dollar average about to hit its resistance line, well, I believe right now we will fall down to $32,000, confirm support on the BLX band, and after that start to go up. That is the most reasonable thing to happen if we do break below the S&P 500's falling wedge, which would of course count this indicator invalid, and we would also break a huge support area. But right now we just have to watch and wait and see what's gonna happen. If we do confirm support, we can still save Bitcoin from falling down. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't, don't forget to click that post notification bell. I'll see you guys next video. Bye!